Wow, I'm actually making another video so Doug can stop pestering me about it, and because I actually like making videos. Sorry, I work a lot of hours during the week, so I'm kind of busy with that. But yeah, sitting on my bed, about to make best card in the game, top 8. Oh, by the way, I've got a lot of comments on the YouTube video and some really inappropriate comments on Facebook about Ask Me Anything, but I'll be making the video next week, I guess a week afterwards, so feel free to leave comment either this video talking or question on this video pertaining to the Ask Me Anything, or go back to that video comment, or message me on Facebook. It doesn't really matter. But let's get right into it, because I've already wasted 50 seconds of your time or so. As you can see, here are the brackets, or the pairings, I guess. Everything was randomized. I actually like how 2 of these matchups came out. The other 2 don't really care that much for them. Let's go into the first one. Brionac, Dragon of the Ice Barrier versus Painful Choice. I'm going to go ahead and say this as kind of a precursor. In general, and this is not true always, but a card has, I'm not sure if the word is necessarily utility, or you'd want to say potential to be broken, but just, I guess, ease of access in this case. With the spell card versus an extra deck monster. I mean, Painful Choice is something it's no real cost to activate outside of like Naturia Beast, or I don't even know, like Spell Cancel on the field. It's just you just activate the card. Simple as that. While you can't really search it, that's not really a huge problem. I mean, Brionac is technically not searchable, but you can kind of make it anytime during the duel, so that gives a slight favor to Brionac. But in terms of effects, Painful Choice will have to beat Brionac, because what Brionac simply cannot do the damage that Painful Choice has. When Painful Choice was released, what are you going to do? Was it released in what? Magic Ruler, Sinister Serpent, Jinzo. None of that was out then. Those are cards that early on were really good to get with Painful Choice, but like when it first came out, it just wasn't that good of a card, because sure, you could I mean, it was great and everything. You could kind of dump things in your graveyard, but there wasn't the mass abusability of the graveyard and stuff like that there is now. I mean, in short, let's say you choose Painful Choice and you get 3 Mizukis and 2 Plague Spreaders. Your opponent's obviously going to give you a Mizuki, but that's not even bad, is it? No, it's really not. And so, looking at the cards as a whole, Brionac simply, it's a big card investment. Like, it takes a minimum of, okay, technically with certain cards you could just make it with 1 card, not Debris Dragon like I've done many times in the past. But Painful Choice is a low cost, high reward, and Brionac, yes, it allows you can abuse the field, and there's like Fabled loops with it with 2 Cerberus, but really, I can't really formulate an argument in favor of Brionac over Painful Choice. So Painful Choice is the clear winner. Next is D-Hero Disc Commander versus Card of Safe Return. I know I talked about, or briefly mentioned just a second ago, that monsters are going to be inherently weaker than spells simply for their ease of play. However, Disc Commander is a little more abusable than the average monster. It's not like, I mean, let's say, look back at Brionac. Like, Brionac is a multi-card investment typically, and you have to activate its effect by taking a minus. I mean, sure, it may not be a minus in the end, but yeah, that's what I'm getting at that point. And however, Disc Commander, it's a plus when it's summoned. You don't actually, I mean, you sure it technically activates effect, but you don't have to really make an investment into it. I would be pretty sure that if Disc Commander was back, you know, keeping the fact that things like Foolish, Armageddon Knight, Call of the Hunted, Limit Reverse, those are just the first 4 cards that pop into my mind. Consider if none of those ever got touched, I could safely say that we could make a deck around Disc Commander, and it would actually work in terms of, I mean, something along the lines of Perfect Circle, where you just you'd simply have so much advantage, and it would, I don't want to say it would be hard to lose. Card of Safe Return is very similar to Disc Commander, because they both allow you to draw cards, but Disc Commander does that as a double rate, and it's just much more abusable and searchable. I think there is a card coming out that searches continuous spells or something. I'm not really sure. 23, calm down. But I'm not saying that. I mean, of course, Disc Commander can be negated by various things, and Card of Safe Return can be MST'd. But I think with one in the format, I think that we would really see Disc Commander be a lot better than Card of Safe Return and be able to be abused more. And I think it's much more of a dangerous card. I know that there are a lot of good things like E-Dragons and Ronin Totem and that stupid Plague Spreader Loop or something. I don't really know what it is, but I'm going to go with Disc Commander on this one, saying it's better than Card of Safe Return, mostly for abusability more than anything else. I almost want to say putting the effect aside, but like how fast you can get to and use it. Next up is Crush Card Virus versus Chaos Emperor Dragon. This is another matchup I liked because I really wanted to see Crush Card Virus die because I didn't really want to actually have a reasonable argument against it because it's such a freaking good card. But Chaos Emperor Dragon, they both have the effect of terminating a large amount of your opponent's resources. Chaos Emperor Dragon's requirements is you have to summon it, then pay 1,000, and I think you tribute it. I don't remember. Crush Card Virus is you have to tribute a monster with 1,500, dark monster with 1,500 less attack. I think the biggest three were Disc Commander, Sanguine, and Malicious. Two of those which are forbidden now. There's not honestly too much to say why Chaos Emperor Dragon I think is a lot better. Sure, Crush Card Virus can effectively quote-unquote seal the duel and put the last nail in the coffin, but Chaos Emperor Dragon can legitimately end the duel. I mean, even though Crush Card Virus has a little more setup... Oh, wow, Eclipse Wyvern is a thing. Eclipse freaking Wyvern is a thing. Yeah, okay. So we're not even talking about this anymore. Yeah, Chaos Emperor Dragon wins. And the last pairing is actually Subzitoad versus Spellbook of Judgment. I mean, the reason that Subzitoad is a really good card is... I mean, sure, without Swap Frog... Without Swap Frog, the effect would be really good. Like, I kind of wish the card was just Special Summon Swap Frog from your deck. I'd be happy about that, but they had to make it better than that. And Trade Toad is horrible. Subtoad is really good because it allows you to... There's no restrictions on it, and it's without... I mean, Mind Master, you have to, like, pay life points and stuff. But Subzitoad, the fact that you are able to have a semi-consistent engine, with Moria Greed and... I don't know, what's that card called? 1-for-1. Crap like that. You can just bleed through your deck so much, and while none of the... I mean, sure, Ronin Totem is really good, but while none of that's super powerful right now, Subzitoad is still an insanely good card for the ability just to dump half your deck in the graveyard. However, on the other hand, Spellbook of Judgment, I think based on how they printed the card, I don't like making super crazy statements like this, but Spellbook of Judgment may be one of the most poorly designed... That and Fate are two of the most poorly designed cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. I mean, maybe they're not 1 and 2, or 1 and 7, or 2 and 6, or whatever. But we could talk about Fate for an hour. But Spellbook of Judgment rewards you for playing outside of, like, obviously Naturia Beast or like Drone Lockbird or something that prevents you, or Thunder King. Spellbook of Judgment rewards you for existing, and it's kind of like existing and playing cards. And I don't like it for the inverted way, or I'm not sure how to say this, that I don't like Inzektor Dragonfly. Dragonfly and Inzektors punish your opponent because they have cards on the field. I don't like that. Spellbook of Judgment, it rewards you for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Not necessarily doing any combos, but like it rewards you for continuing your turn. And sure, even if they're the spellbooks that I can get, even when Fate's at 1 and Life is kind of mediocre a lot, and Tower's only so good, I think as a card design, maybe a little bit more in theory than actual effect and what it can actually search and tutor. But I'm going to give it to Spellbook of Judgment because it, in my mind, is just a ridiculously unfair card in terms of mechanic. The fact that it rewards you for that, by that I mean actually playing cards. Like, play Spellbook of Judgment and then play freaking Upstart Goblin, and then that's fair. Free cards, right? That's like, what, +3? Like, all you did was just play your cards, and you get a plus. Ugh, I'm so glad the card is forbidden and will never come back. Okay, so here you have your top 4. I don't know, I'm probably going to roll a die or something, or just whatever to yeah, Disc Commander, Spellbook of Judgment, Chaos Ember Dragon, and Painful Choice. These are not the 4 that I thought that would be in it. I do think the best card that exists is currently up here. But same with the top 8, I didn't mention this. I don't think those are the best 8 cards in the game in terms of most broken. I just think that's how the tournament played out. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we're looking forward to the top 4 like I am. I may get some extra input from other people on that, so, or it may just be all in my little own head. But thanks for watching.